Hello, guys, and welcome to another IQ Live. Today, we're uncovering the truth. We are going over all of Cody's disgusting control habits using intimacy, and it's deeper than we thought. He's withholding love, attention, and intimacy.
Went to dinner together. I gave her a special ring, and we probably went home and made love.
We are going over it all today. I'm telling you, the last episode really opened up Pandora's box, and we have a lot to go over. As you saw from the thumbnail, we're doing past, present, and basically future of all of his weird bedroom antics. Like, I didn't even think that this would be something that we would be discussing, but Cody's the one that brought it up. And we've already known for a very long time that he does use intimacy, unfortunately, to control his wives or ex-wives in the past tense, present tense, whatever, their behavior. So we're going over all of it today. Okay. Hi, guys. I see everyone in chat. Hello. And Happy New Year. Happy 2025. It is so good to see everyone in chat. I love you guys being here. So thank you. Thank you. We're starting this off with a bang. So let's just go over it, right? His sick and twisted love game. That's what we're going over. So let's just get into the nitty-gritty, okay? We need to discuss how Cody negotiates with the OG3, okay? And there is something that happened a long time ago that is so important. It's so relevant. It's basically, you could tell it's Cody's mindset from day one. Watch this.
Oh, all right. I'll take care of it
Good luck
for you.
to you. Yeah, Christine wants to go talk to Janelle, but I'm sure I'm great with that. And why? Because I don't want to sit here and have to. I don't want to have to negotiate every single issue.
I don't want to have to negotiate every single issue.
That is Cody in a nutshell, is it not? And it's so interesting because Cody's negotiation skills, we're not talking about mundane things like who's grabbing the milk and who has the car for the day. We're talking about big ticket item, events in the family. That's what we are talking about. So we're talking about the biggest things in the family that especially the wives either have to compromise or Cody has to compromise. So let's just go over this. So this is Cody and his negotiation, right? It's with big ticket items. And this is what Cody does. This is his MO. He dangles the carrot in front of them. That's why I'm only talking about the OG3. We are not talking about Robin because Robin gets her way. There is no compromising or negotiation because whatever Queen Robin says, she gets, right? So we're not talking about that. We're talking about the OG3. Okay. And we already know, what do Meri and Christine want the most? It's very obvious, you guys. Let me know if you see it in chat, if you know what it is. What do you think Meri and Christine wanted the most in their relationship? What Cody could dangle in front of them at any time? Intimacy. And that's what he used. He used it as a weapon 1,000%. He did. He used it as a bargaining tool. He did. 1,000%, 100%, absolutely. That's what he did. Let me see what you guys are saying. Caroline R said 100% what I've been saying all along. Peach said, I cannot imagine any of those women really enjoyed themselves. Even Janelle, really. Yeah, you know what? We're going to talk about that in a second. Peach. Let's see. Okay. Yep, Sarah Kate. Yep, love and attention. That is exactly what it is. Darlene agreed. Affection and intimacy. Yes, he knows what he's doing. So Cody used intimacy as both a weapon and a shield all at the same time. And it's sad when you're using love, which is the most pure and innocent thing. It's supposed to be just one of the most loveliest things that a human can experience. And the way that he's weaponized it is absolutely atrocious. But that's what he did. And we have so many, just documented evidence of it. That's what he's been doing. That is what he's been doing. So basically, let's just keep going. He knows that both Meri and Christine wanted intimacy in the relationship. He knows it, and he's using it as a weapon. He's using it against them, and that's what we're going to be going over today. So let us continue, because I found this really interesting. Let's just go here. You know what? Let's go to this part, because this is going to kind of rip the whole shebang off. Let's go to this. So here's Cody's list. Okay. There is a list, and it's not just, we're basically doing Christine and Meri. Okay. We're going to start with Christine, because it really morphs into what's going on with Meri, and especially what we learned in the latest episode, which was insane. Like they basically opened up Pandora's box when it came to the divorce. We're learning a lot of Cody's MO. But so it's so interesting, because the things that Kody did to Christine is like twofold when it comes to Meri. So first we're going to go over Christine, then we're going to go over Meri. Okay. So the first and foremost thing, we're talking about the Cody's list. It's his list of things that he wanted the women to do in order to have this quote unquote intimacy. This was his control tactic. This was his to-do list. He had it in different ways, and it's going to be very interesting when we compare and contrast. All right, so let's look at number 1. Okay, this is on Christine's side. I'm sure you guys remember this, but number 1 on the to-do list for Christine to get any type of intimacy from her husband was to be nicer to her sister wives, but really we all know that that meant Robin.
Like, I'm not interested in having an intimate marriage anymore. I don't like your behavior. We'll see if you can be a good sister wife and all this. And I'm like, okay, so you don't want us to have an intimate marriage? And he goes, no. And I'm like, that's not enough for me.
I don't like your behavior. We'll see if you can be a good sister wife and all that.
That is so it's infuriating. It's infuriating that he has that type of conditions based on getting, I don't even want to call it a basic need, but like having an actual marriage. You're really going to hold that over their head? Kody, what the hell is wrong with you? Let's see. Victoria said, Kody uses their insecurities against them to manipulate them. Agreed, 1,000%. Head on, spot on, Victoria. Which is why with Janelle, it's a little bit different. We're going to go over that. Actually, maybe we'll do that right now. You know what? I'm going to go off the beaten path here, because Victoria, you bring up a really good point. Basically, if you've noticed, even though, which we were really surprised at how Janelle and Cody's relationship, at least the physical aspect, I think we were all shocked when we found out how amazing supposedly it was, according to both of them. But that's not really where Janelle needed things with Kody. So it was different with Meri, and it was different with Christine, as it is with Janelle. So let's just go over that. We'll use this as an example that Victoria has here. Let me just take it down here for a second. Okay. Listen to what Janelle said. You go back. Where is she? I thought that this was really interesting. Okay, here it is. Oh, dang it. Let me take this off. First, I have to remove that. I have to remove one in order to grab it. Hold on. Here it is.
Robin does things to earn his favor. Earn. That's me using that word.
But regardless, there's this undertone of do what I want you to do, and then I can love you.
I mean, even Janelle sees it, and Janelle senses it. Janelle picked up on it immediately, right? But here's the thing. It's different when it came to Janelle, because I think Kody knew that that wasn't really what Janelle wanted from him. The most recent that I can think of is, you know what Janelle really wanted? It was for him to spend time with her boys when it came to COVID. Do you remember
somebody in my life who is fundamentally loyal to me, who sees me as the head of the family, I'm saying to you that you and I get that if you're loyal to me.
I just can't believe. I just can't believe what he's saying.
I know. I think we were all kind of in shock. Like, he's not even just using the bedroom as a control tactic, but also spending time with his children. Like, the manipulation is just insane. It's absolutely insane. I think you guys all can agree with me on that one. Hold on, let me see. Twyla said, remember in the early season when Christine said women would tell her he is having sex with them, with the others, and she said, gosh darn it, he better be. Actually, I do remember that. Yes, that was a very long time ago. Okay, so let me go back to this list. Okay, so we have Christine, Kody basically forcing Christine to be a better sister wife, which really, Kody doesn't give a damn about anyone being nice to the other women except for Robin, right? So I thought that this one was interesting. This is, oh, no. Dang it. Let me grab it. Let me grab it again. Here it is. Here's Kody.
Would have been about just yours and my love.
A relationship, yes. I'm looking for love.
And that's right. You are looking for love. I'm looking for solid foundation and structure. Honor the entire family, and I will love you.
That's such a crock of BS. And it's so funny. You're going to see Kody move the goalpost. He's moving the goalpost. It's always something else. So right now, this is the list because we're going to go down the list. He keeps changing it, right? So right now it's be nicer to Robin, basically. Come on, you guys, you know that's what he's talking about. So basically he's saying, be nice to Robin and you will get intimacy, which is the most degrading thing that I think a husband can do. Like, what the hell is he thinking? I can't. His disgusting bedroom manipulation is too much. And especially, whatever. It's just going to build up. You guys are going to get angrier and angrier as we go along. Becky said, why didn't Nancy say anything when he said that? That is true. Well, to be fair, Becky, I don't know. I feel like, and this is just, maybe I'm wrong, but that was the first time. I don't know if you remember the actual scene there, but that was the first time that Kody and Christine were meeting with Nancy. They did that trade-off with Pat, and Pat was kind of giving Nancy some advice. And I maybe that's why she was observing it the first time, because she just wanted to see where their dynamic was. That is that's my guess. But you're right. I bet it was hard for her to not say anything. Let's see. 49ers. Hey, 49ers. 49ers said, do this thing and then maybe I'll love you. Kody has mental health issues. In my opinion, yes. I mean, there's something dreadfully wrong with Kody. Agreed. All right. So let's see. There's more. I just want to keep going down. So there's more. So many times Kody plastered Christine with just like, do this, be nicer to Robin, and you'll get what you want. You'll get what you want. So here's more of him. Just, oh my gosh, I just can't with him. He's like a broken record here. But the thing is, the record, he keeps changing the record. But let's go to this one. I mean, this has been constant. So we saw it in the beginning when their marriage was first on the rocks, but we saw it in the end too. I
was staying in a marriage where there's no intimacy. That's not a real marriage. I'm not interested in a half marriage. What is all based on my behavior?
Yes, Christine, it is. And that's what's so frustrating. I'm surprised that Christine didn't pick up on that in the beginning. Like, and remember, we know this is the infamous scene where she kicked Kody out. So we know where she is in this period of time. But even like 10 years ago, when Kody was giving her those conditions, I guess she didn't see it that way. Yes, Christine, he is basing everything based on your behavior. Thank you, Mags. Oh, Mags is like number 90. Thank you guys so much. Please, if you haven't liked the video, please do. I would so appreciate it. What like number are you? Okay. So I thought that was really interesting. Here's more of Kody berating Christine to be nicer to Robin.
You and I have intimacy and love in the relationship. I'm sorry, it's conditional based upon being part of a plural family.
A couple times a year doesn't work for a marriage.
And there's Kody basically admitting it. It's conditional. His love is conditional based on if Christine is nice to Robin. It's just insane to me. I would love for us to be able to, and which I know it can never happen, but I wish that Nancy could just spill the beans. Obviously, she would like lose her license, and that is highly frowned upon. But maybe just for us to be a fly on the wall, maybe that. So then Nancy wouldn't lose her license. It would be us eavesdropping. But I would just love to know her thoughts. I would love to see the notes that she wrote on this dynamic, because do you know, as much as we know about the show, can you imagine how much was kept private? Because we've heard Christine say before things were too embarrassing. It got too deep. Like, I don't want to talk about that on the show. I can't even imagine how much worse it actually was. But once again, like I said, this is Kody berating Christine. You are not getting love. You know what? I don't even want to use the word love. You are not getting intimacy from me, which we know what intimacy is. Well, let me take that back. Obviously, intimacy is more than sex, but we know in this case, he is withholding physical and emotional intimacy. We know that it's both. All right. So that's Kody. That is Kody. Did I already do this one? Okay. So here's what we need to do. Let me go. I'm going to find Yep. Okay, so here's what we need to do. I found this very interesting, okay? So I was looking up on some psychology sites about what is the mindset? What is the mindset of a person who is withholding sex as punishment from their spouse, okay? I found this really interesting. Okay, so it says people might punish their spouse by withholding sex as a manipulative tactic to express anger or dissatisfaction with their partner's behavior, often stemming from a desire to control the relationship. I'm telling you guys, this is all about control. It's in the title. It's going to be a huge theme in tonight's episode. This is how Kody controls the relationship. Okay. So let me just go back. Often stemming from a desire to control the relationship, inflict emotional pain, or feel a sense of power when their partner is seeking intimacy that they are deliberately denying. Does that not sound like the codester or not? Yes, it does. 100%. Okay. So here's the key reason that the codester or anyone else withholds sex intentionally. Controlling behavior. Ding, 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 ding. They use sex as a weapon to exert power over their partner and force them to conform to their wishes. Keep this in mind because you're about to see Kody lose his ace in the hole, lose his control and power when it comes to sex, because there was a point where Christine was like, you know what? I don't want it anymore. I'm not begging for it anymore. I don't want you. You're not coming into my bed. You're kicked out. Watch Kody's body language when Christine finally is like, this is not a game. Because remember, Kody thought for a really long time that Christine, when she kicked him out, that it was a game. Once he realized that the game was over, watch his body language, okay? Because it's very telling. Let's go there.
You say a couple times a year feels like an accusation.
You're not interested in an intimate marriage with me. I was.
You are?
Was, Kody. I'm not interested in an intimate marriage with you anymore.
Look at his body language. Let me just zoom in. Do you see he's submitting? Just look at his eyes. Look at his body language. He throws himself back. He's like, oh my gosh. My final playing card. I have nothing to play anymore. My power is gone. Look at him. He is nasty, Cross. Yes, he is. That was it. His control, his ace in the hole, his Uno card, it's gone. So you saw his dreams completely dashed there because there was nothing for him to dangle over Christine anymore. There was nothing for him to force her to conform to his wishes to get what she wanted. Because you know what? At this point, she wants nothing from him. Absolutely. Exactly, Twyla. The look of defeat. Let me go back.
You say a couple times a
Hold on. Sorry. I don't need to see that. There he is. The look of defeat right there. It's like he's pouting. Yep. Becky, exactly. She just took the sword away. Actually, she grabbed the sword. Yeah. And it's in her hands now. It is in her hands. So it's so true. Yeah. Absolute control freak. He has no more power. So good on Christine for that. So we need to go back to where we were, the list. Okay. So we saw Cody's demands. And here's the thing. Remember how I said that he's always moving the goalpost? So we have Cody trying to make Christine be nicer to Robin. But there's also something else that was on the list. He moved the goalpost. Guess what he also wanted? He wanted Christine. And this was very interesting. Okay. So in order for him to control his stupid bedroom tactics, he also didn't want to be intimate with Christine until he could trust her. Because according to Cody, he can't be intimate with anyone unless there's trust there. Which is so weird because that just sounds like, you know what? This is probably wrong of me to say, but it just seems like that's more of a... you know what? How do I say this? It seems like... I'm trying to say this without offending anyone, and I feel like I won't be able to say it without offending someone. I'm sure I'll hear it from someone, but I hope that you understand my intentions. But I feel like that type of emotional... I'm trying here. That type of emotional demand seems more like something that us females would expect. And I get it, not everyone is the same, but it just seems like a more typical female demand as opposed to a male. Like, I can't be intimate with you until you trust me. Like, I don't know. So I'm wondering if that's a control thing or if he actually, there's a part of him that really feels that way. But no, I don't think so. I doubt it. I really doubt it. So let's listen to Cody talking about how trust, in order for him to basically have sex with you, he needs to trust you. So let's just listen to that.
trust, you don't have intimacy. And what became apparent to Christine was the lack of intimacy.
I'm miserable. I'm jealous as can be.
She tells me nothing.
Okay, wait. I want to go back to that because that's important.
When you don't have trust, you don't have intimacy. And
when you don't have trust, you don't have intimacy. So this is really sad. This is really sad because Christine knows this and Christine is going to try to resolve it here in a second. And it actually makes me super sad to see her cry when it comes to this. But she's smart. She knows what Cody is saying. If you don't have trust, you don't have intimacy. And we know that more than anything, Christine wants intimacy, correct? So what will Christine need to do in order to get what she wants? She's going to need Cody to trust her, right? That is going to be her big goal. Let's just go back to her list of never-ending things that she has to do in order to have a little bit of crumbs thrown her way, which is ridiculous. Is she has to earn his trust in order for her to be worthy enough for him to go to her bedroom, which is just, I just want to punch him in the face. I'm sorry. I'm just telling you guys the truth. Okay. So that makes me really sad because we're going to see her in a second. I'm going to hold on to that. Hold on. So I'm going to bring that back in a second. Let's see. I think it's further here.
Apparently.
Let me see. Oh, do I not have that one? Okay. Let me try to find it. Is that it? Okay, let me do this one. I think it's here. Let me see. Is it this one? No, I think I already did that one. Okay, let me grab it then. There must be another one here. Oh, here it is. Okay, this is Christine. This makes me so sad. Okay. So this was also during their counseling trip where Cody is putting all these demands on Christine. And this makes me really sad. Okay, because remember, Cody already just said.
I found it fascinating to watch you guys.
Did we work like a team, Nancy? I mean.
Oh, wait. Okay. We'll play that in a second. Here's the only part that we need to see right now.
Or something. She wants to get
okay,
it.
I have something.
Okay.
So trust me.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
I know that you have this, and this is the most important thing. I will give you that. Just trust me.
That is so sad. So basically, if she can get Cody to trust her, she will have what she wants, which is just a full marriage again. You know, that intimacy, which really, it seriously does piss me off. It pissed me off. Like, just look at how flippant he is here. Hold on. We're going to come back to this in a second.
This is the most.
But he's basically laughing. Look at his face. She's sitting here bawling her eyes out. You could see right here, he's like smiling. He has this smug. Where is he?
Okay.
I know that you.
Oh, there it is. Did you see that smug look on his face? He doesn't give a damn that she's crying. Doesn't give a damn at all. Did you see that? That pisses me off. He has no emotion. Like, zero emotion. I think so too, Sam. Sam said he's getting sick pleasure from this. I agree. I really agree. And it's bull. It's really bull. He knows exactly what he's doing. And so, once again, here she is begging him. Begging him. Can we please have a full marriage? Okay, let's keep going. Because that's what he's doing. I'm telling you, it's like this pattern. And we're going to see it with Meri too. And it maybe even, well, you know what? It's equally disturbing. Okay, so another item on his list. So we did the be nicer to Robin. We did the earn his trust. Well, here's the third one. A big part of Cody being completely withdrawing any type of intimacy from Christine was the whole one big home thing when she completely destroyed his dreams, right? So it's not just about being a benevolent sister wife. It's not just about trusting him, but also he puts things on this conditional contingency that's like beyond any of these two things, which is Christine not wanting to live in a one big house. So any type of big dream that he has, if a wife doesn't allow him to have that, he pouts and he withdraws and he withholds. That's what he does. So let's do the one house. Is this it? This was a big one. And I think this is when Christine decides and she's like, you know what? He hates me. It's so bad. I just feel the resentment. And it was really never the same after this. I think we all saw the change in Cody's behavior towards Christine. It might have been bad before, but it was like the lowest. He couldn't stand her after the whole one house dream died. This
we go. There's the house.
I mean, bottom line, I think the biggest reason why I don't really want to live all in one big house, I just like who I am more now. If everybody else is for it and I'm the odd one out, I'm just going to speak louder. I'm not going to do it.
And you know what's so sad? This part right here, when she said, I'm just going to speak louder.
out. I'm just going to speak louder.
What makes me sad is the louder that she spoke, the more distance that Kody put between them, the more he wouldn't go over to her house, the more that they lacked intimacy, the more disdain that he had for her. And hi, Brandy. Brandy said, hey, everyone, I'm late, but I'm present. So glad that you made it, girly. It's just so sad that in order for Christine to stand up for herself, this is something that she needed. It was something that she needed for her own wife identity. And he could care less. It's all about Kody. It's about Kody. It's about Cody's feelings. It's about what Kody needs. And if anything, you think that you would support your wife with that. But no, he just had even more and more disdain. Agreed, Sarah K. Thank you for the super chat. Sarah said, Lord and Master. That's what he wants. Is it not? I need to like that. Yes. If you agree with Sarah, please like her super chat because it's so true. I just liked it. That one is mine, Sarah. I just liked it. Okay. Agreed. I don't know what the hell's wrong with him. So there was more, but I don't have the example of that. But remember, I think, and this is my speculation, but I think that part of a list that wasn't really talked about, and maybe it was subconscious, maybe it wasn't directly said, but remember when Kody, he went to Christine when she was pregnant before Robin came into the family, and he was crying with her, saying that he basically couldn't live and he wanted to just like throw himself against the wall because he couldn't think or breathe or live. Christine knew what that meant. That's when Christine was like, well, you're lovesick and you need to get married, because he was throwing a fit. I think that part of that list as well was Christine agreeing for Robin to come into the family. Is it proven anywhere? No, but that's what I think. That's what I think. So, hold on. Kathy said, Kody used everything as a weapon. If a wife stood up for themselves, then they were being an independent woman, meaning not kissing his ass. Yes, so true, Kathy. So true. So that was Christine. Okay. And here's the thing. And I think that we know this. You guys have heard me say this a lot. Is this. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. And so we saw how he was with Christine. I don't think that it's any different with Meri. And we saw that even in the most recent episode, did we not? So here's the thing. Here's what I think are very similar circumstances. And we're going to go over that in detail here in a second. Meri's legal divorce, to me, is very similar to how Kody reacted in the couples counseling, which is basically just bulldozing and enforcing his will and beating them down metaphorically, mentally, until they submit to exactly what he wants. Kody did it during the couples counseling with The Rock, and he did it with the legal divorce with Meri, because Meri is, even though I don't even know if she's consciously doing it, subconsciously, she's throwing out nuggets of truth, and we get to decipher it. So here's what I want to go over. And I think that listen to what Kody says, because there's a period where when he's talking to Nancy after they've done the Rock counseling session with him and Christine, when they go to the couples counseling, they're done with the Rock exercise. And Nancy's asking them, like, how do you, actually, no, I think Kody asked Nancy, how did we do? Did we work as a team? Listen to what Kody is saying when he's talking about Christine and apply it to what we've seen over the past few weeks and years and seasons with how he deals with Meri. Okay, so listen. I need to find that. Was it here? Yeah, let's go back to this. Here we go.
We work like a team, Nancy. I mean,
What do you think? Not so much.
no, we work together, but we all both independently thinking.
I just had to do what you wanted. I
I
admit
kind of
it.
was the leader.
Yeah. I would have
Was I
done it
bossy?
different. You were bossy.
I know that I've railroaded her a little. I want to say that I understand I railroaded you, and I'm not sorry for that. I'm giving her something. She wants to get
Okay,
it.
I have something.
Okay, so we know what Christine wanted. She wanted intimacy. And in order to get that, she needs him to trust her. But did you hear what Kody was saying? That can so be applied to what was going on with Meri and Kody. He was like, I know I railroaded her. It's something that I wanted, and it was just going to happen. I just bulldozed her down until she submitted. And then he said, well, what do you want? There's like a tit for tat. This is conditionally based. So you scratch my back and then I'll scratch yours. Which, doesn't that just sound like a very romantic marriage? Gag. But so let's just go into this because I found this. I know that we discussed it before, but it's relevant again, so we're going to go over it. Okay. So Meri said, remember this, in relation to the divorce, Meri said, he, Kody, asked me for some specific things. He has this list. Okay, let's go. Some specific things. He had this list of things. Oh my gosh, Kody, we're tired of your list. How many lists of things do you have? Like there's his infinite list that's never ending, that's always changing, whatever. So this constant list of things that he wanted me to do in order for us to work on our marriage. And once I completed that list, he was done with me. Okay? Very, very important. I think there's another one. Okay, no, we'll go over that in a second. Okay. So I found that so interesting because that's exactly what Kody did with Christine and exactly what he was doing with Meri. So I think I want to start with Meri. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's just start with the kind of elephant in the room. Let's talk about this because, oh my gosh. Remember when we found the clip? If you guys haven't seen it, if you haven't been watching my lives and you're just coming upon this now, go to the last 2 lives. There's so much that we uncovered. So all of my regular viewers, you know this because you watched it with me. But remember when we found the secret clip of basically confirming what Kody was saying about the whole after they legally, when I say they, I'm talking about Meri and Kody and Robin, after they signed the legal divorce paperwork, Kody was saying that he took Meri privately to dinner and then he gave her a ring and they they were intimate. And Meri didn't deny it, but Kody also, it was like a weird, both of them didn't confirm or deny, but I'm thinking more so now that did happen, and you're going to see why here in a second. We're going to go over it all. I'm going to tell you why I believe that and why I think it's relevant to this whole thing. All right, so let's just go over that infamous clip that we were all grossed out by, so sorry I have to play it again, but Kody's the one that said it, so we got to go over it. Okay, here we go.
Kind of disgusting that he would bring up a potentially intimate moment.
Meri and I, after that divorce, left Robin and went to dinner together. I gave her a special ring, and we probably went home and made love. I mean, I'm just...
Oh my God. Okay, so we were all disgusted by that. I get it, but he said it. And we were actually able to find the clip, which is so weird, of them going to dinner, as Kody said. Okay. But here's a very important part. Okay. So listen to this as they're going to dinner. You could tell because they're wearing the same clothes that they did during the divorce. Okay. But watch that.
Good. I'm sorry.
So this is them walking out. Robin leaves. This is after they signed the divorce paperwork, right? And listen to what Kody's about to say. Let me go back. He's like, how are you doing? He's checking in with her.
Good. I'm sorry. It's sad and it's weird. But our world, nothing changes. Okay.
So we've signed everything today, and Ron will go ahead and file all the paperwork.
It's about 10 to 30 days to be finalized, and they'll notify us when it's final.
Okay, listen to this part and put a mental note in it because we're coming back to this in a second. This is so important. Listen to what Cody says. I'm going to do it in slow motion. Listen to this.
Final.
It's about 10 to 30 days to be finalized.
Okay, it's after they signed the divorce paperwork. It's going to take 10 to 30 days for the divorce to be finalized, meaning that if Meri during those 30 days had a change of heart, wanted to not cancel the paperwork. I don't know what the legal terminology is, but basically rescind the paperwork. She had 30 days to do it, which meant in those 30 days, Meri had complete control. Okay. So that's what's going to be super interesting. So keep that in mind because wait until you hear what's next. This kind of floored me. Okay, listen to what Meri said. This is what we heard on Sunday in the last so revealing episode. Listen to this because you guys are going to be gooped and gagged. Listen to this.
I remember after the legal divorce thinking, oh, he's nice. Okay, this was the thing that I needed to do. He was really kind and he was present in our relationship for, a month or so.
Okay, are you hearing what she just said? He was present. He was so present about a month or so, about 30 days or so, which is so, is this not blowing your guys' mind? He was nice to her. He was still a loving husband, even more so than usual, for 30 days after he signed the paperwork. And what did Cody say? What did he know immediately? Let me just go back to that. What did he know about immediately the same day that he filed the divorce paperwork? Let's just go back to that.
Good. I'm sorry. It's sad and it's weird. But our world, nothing changes. Okay.
So we've signed everything today, and Ron will go ahead and file all the paperwork.
It's about 10 to 30 days to be finalized, and they'll notify us when it's final.
Woo! There it is. There's the smoking gun. That is the smoking gun. And I was wondering, I was like, wait a second. So I was looking at other things that happened. And looking back, Meri was, hold on, let me go back. She talked about it, and I thought that this was really interesting. Meri thought, and you could tell that this was filmed basically in that first month after they filed the divorce, where Meri, even though she didn't know it, had 100% control over Cody. 100%. She could have reneged at any time, but she didn't. And Cody was keeping it sweet and keeping her quiet so that she didn't renege on anything. Listen to this. I thought that this was super fascinating.
Has anything changed in your family?
Nothing's changed.
I beg to differ. I think it's better. I do. I feel like that my relationship with Cody has gotten better since
you divorced him?
Since I divorced him.
That's only been a few days since the divorce. That's been within the 30-day time frame. And Meri's saying that things are better. So remember how I was telling you that I think even though maybe Meri didn't confirm or deny that they, things had gotten, and to confirm, hold on one second, you guys. Sorry, I had to get water. Give me 1 second. Okay. Remember when I was saying that Meri didn't confirm or deny Cody talking about them going to dinner, having a ring, being intimate? There was no confirming or denying, but Meri's basically saying here, things have gotten a lot better since we signed the divorce paperwork. And that's been within the 30 days. So that's why I think Cody, I think that did happen. It just was very detailed. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think him saying, well, I think we made love. I don't really, I'm pretty sure, or whatever he said. I think that was his way of trying to, which was a miserable attempt of being a gentleman by just saying, yeah, this is what we did, instead of saying, I'm pretty sure we did. I think that's in his head. There is no excuse. I'm not trying to make excuses, but I think that that's what he was thinking, because it was so detailed. Do you know what I mean? Usually you remember that night. If you can remember, yeah, we went out to dinner and then I gave them a ring. You're going to remember that event. You're going to remember that day. And probably why it was in the back of his head is he was like, I got to make this amazing, because I can't have her renege on it. I've been pestering her about this for 4 years. She can't renege now. I got to do something to make sure she doesn't renege. So, that's why I think that did happen. I do. And it just shows how disgusting he is, that he basically waited like it was a contract that was up. Like, okay, I got 30 days to be nice to her, and then I don't have to do it anymore, which is just despicable. It's really despicable. So anyway, hold on. So let's go. I want to go back to, where were we? We did Christine. Okay, so on Meri's list, okay, which is so funny to me. Do you remember, and I couldn't find the clip, but do you remember when Cody said somewhere, he was like, and we're just talking about his ridiculous list of moving goalposts. So for Meri, I remember, do you remember him saying, if you want to be loved, be lovable? Do you remember that? That was in relation to Meri. And so that was one of the requirements, which is so stupid, but whatever. That's on his list. I'm just putting what he wanted. And the legal divorce, that's what we're going over right now. But there's more that we have to discuss with the legal divorce. We're not done with that, because it just shows how conniving Cody can be. You know, how he's using this intimacy as a form of control. That's why it's so much deeper than we initially thought. When you really pull this back, it's just gross. It's just gross. Okay, so there is more with this whole thing. Let's go back to... Oh, this is a good one. Okay, so we saw them go into the restaurant. Here's what Cody says as they're going into the restaurant. It's still that night in question. We're still going over this. Hold on. This is the night in question that we're going over.
Kind of discussed. Left Robin and went to dinner. Meri and I, after that divorce, left Robin and went to dinner together. I gave her a special ring, and we probably went home and made love. I mean,
okay, so that's the night in question that we're going over right now. And of course he remembers, because I think that he had a huge master plan that he was doing and he was setting up. So anyway, okay, so this is important. Okay, let's go to the night of the dinner, the night in question, because that definitely did happen. The dinner. Watch this.
oh, this looks fun. Right now, Meri and I are going to go to dinner and celebrate our covenant.
Okay. This may seem just on face value. I remember when I saw this, I was thinking covenant just meant kind of their marriage, which it could be. I'm not saying that it's not, but there's also could be another meaning, because especially the way that she's looking at him, the way that he said it, it was kind of in a joking way. I was like, well, let's just look at the definition of covenant. Okay. So let's just, what is a covenant? Let's just go over. I'm not trying to insult your guys' intelligence. I know that you know what it is. It's a commonly used word, but still, let's just dissect exactly what the definition is. Okay. Because I think that this is important. Okay. Covenant is an agreement between God and his people, where God makes promises and expects certain behavior in return. So if this covenant, and I get it, he's probably, look, there's an argument to say he's talking about the agreement of their marriage, their spiritual marriage. True. But it could also, and it just sounds a lot more like Cody, that it's a tit for tat. He's been pestering Meri to do this for years. Do you guys remember this? Meri already told us, hey, we've been talking about this for years, and and I finally feel comfortable enough to do it. Do you remember that? So I feel as though, oh my God. Wait a second. Thank you, Sarah K. Sarah K says dinner at Burger King. I mean, that actually, that more looks like, I don't know, a Chili's or a, I don't know. That's a nice Burger King if that's the case. But I think it's like a Chili's or a Applebee's or something. I don't know. But, oh no, we know what it is. Hold on. Let me go back to that. We know exactly what it is. Let me go back. It's right here.
Oh, this looks fun.
Hugo's Cellar. Never mind. There we go. So it's definitely not Burger King, but yeah. Okay. That is funny. So okay. So that's where I was. That's where I was. Hold on. So we're at the legal divorce. There's more with him putting demands on the wives. That's what I wanted. Let me go back. Let me go back to the covenant because that's what Kody was talking about. Where is it? Okay. So he expects certain behavior in return. Here is why I think that Kody also remembers that night so well, is because he was sticking to his agreement in the covenant. We already talked about this before. Let me go back. Let's go back to what the wives want. Okay, let's do this. Let me... Okay, let's go there. Okay, so Kody knew what Meri and Christine wanted in the relationship. You guys, we already discussed this before. They want intimacy, correct? So if Kody has all of these items and he is a very conditional based partner, right? We're here. So if Meri completed something that was on his list, that was a huge, big item, that is like top of the tier, like top tier, do this because you love me. And if that is how he believes that he is attracted to someone, either if he's telling himself that, if he's lying to himself, if he's lying to others, whatever it is, he needs to hold up his end of the bargain, especially since he still had 30 days before he could just throw it all away. Remember, before Meri had power and could rescind and renege on the divorce agreement. All right. So I think, because Kody, what you're about to see is Kody looking at Meri like a damn snack. And I think he felt like, okay, she upheld her end of the bargain. So I am going to, where is it? Give her the intimacy that she wants. It's a trade. It's so stupid. It's like a barter. It's like imports and exports, which is ridiculous that we have to discuss this in a marriage. But I really think he was like, she deserves it. I don't even know if was very, I don't even know the word. I want to try to use a different word than literally, but maybe like he's just looking at her like she's a snack. Okay. Tell me if you don't see this. Let me go back. Look at him. Look at him here. I've never seen Kody look at Meri like this, even on their wedding night or, and with them dancing, not like this.
Dill, I'm pretty amazed by your effort to help us structure our family the way we need to. I'm really impressed. I'm proud of you. I'm proud to be married to you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
I mean, that is, we didn't get to see a ring exchange, so I don't know where that happened. I don't know if it did happen, but he's definitely looking at her like a whole ass snack. I would not be surprised if his recollection is correct. I just and it's just sickening to me knowing that it was like a duty that he had to do, and like 30 days later he was gone, because in 30 days that's when the letter came that the divorce was finalized. Let me go back to chat. I just want to see what you guys are saying before we keep going. Pamela Carey said, after the legal divorce, their ties were over because they didn't have a spiritual marriage. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Okay, Miss Indus says, Google says Hugo Seller 4.5 stars, price per person $100. So he's treating her, he's whining and dining her then. He is whining and dining her. I think that he was like, she deserves this, right? So he's trying to make it a special night, and it's so transactional though. It's not even from the heart. He doesn't even mean it. Passing for Normal says, truth is that he never had to be legally married to any of the women to attain his celestial kingdom, and they could have still forced the dad to give up the kids. I know, it was all an excuse. And even Meri believes that now. So let's see. There is more here. Oh, here's more. Okay. So this is Kody talking about after the divorce as well. And just listen to what he has to say. I found this really interesting too.
I was going to say, to be fair, that wasn't because of what we did. That's the natural ebb and flow in relationship. And Meri and I are on upswing right now. And
they're on an upswing right now in those 30 days. That's it. That's the only reason. It's because it was the 30 days and he was waiting for the divorce to be finalized.
I doubt that this divorce experience ever had an effect on that person.
No, I think it did.
It's ridiculous. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this part is what's interesting. And this is what we all thought. Even Meri has thoughts about that.
It's an easy out for him.
I do question if at that time he already kind of had this plan in mind. If I can just do this, it would be easy transition. Did you think that's what it was going to turn into?
We talked about it. We were very worried.
So were we. I think we all thought this divorce, like there's something more to it. There's definitely more to it, you know? So Meri also had on her list of things before they could get intimacy that Kody completely controls and controls the intimacy. Loyalty, we've already seen that. It's a big one. You need to be loyal. You got to be loyal. Please be loyal. Which is so weird. I think if out of all the wives, Meri's probably the most loyal. I think so. So it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It's just a moving list it doesn't even mean anything. It's arbitrary. It's not real. It's constantly moving. It's ever evolving. Because, Meri would win with loyalty. She's still defending him now, and she's not even married to the man. And then obviously, I think, even though it hasn't been confirmed, I think also on that list for Meri was bringing Robyn into the family and that he would love her more. And look what happened. He burns them every single time. He moves the goalpost every single time. And that's what she got rewarded with last time after she brought Robyn into the family. Didn't they go on finally a honeymoon to I don't even remember, Costa Rica or something? And that's where they had that infamous conversation where Kody was like, it would be disgusting if you were with another man. So do something, get rewarded. Do something, you're able to have intimacy. Kody knows exactly what he's doing, and he's been playing these manipulative tactics, holding on to these women's love and attention and affection. He's playing the game. And it's a sick and twisted and disgusting game. It's bedroom manipulation at its finest. I shouldn't even say finest. I should say at its worst. Yes, it was. Yeah, you're right, belly buttons. It was Mexico. That's exactly what it was. It's just disgusting. And so It's going to be interesting to see what else comes out this season. It's just opened up Pandora's box. It really has. I feel like there's more that's going to be coming, and it's going to be very interesting. But that is Kody in a nutshell, just being absolutely disgusting, a jerk. Yeah. So, what do you guys think? Wait, let me go back. Let's see. I'm trying to go up and see. Mag said, meanwhile, Christine and Janelle sitting across from them being manipulated into jealousy because Meri won Employee of the Month. Oh, that's got to be hard. That's got to be hard. All right. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this deep dive. It's definitely not done. There's still a lot more, but I just thought that it was important to kind of put into perspective his disgustingness. And it is worse than we thought, and it goes a lot deeper than we thought. And I'm sure more and more and more is going to come out. I just know it. So, yes. If you guys haven't seen any of the other deep dives, do that on my main channel. I will post a link of that in the description. And it's so weird. It feels like a Monday night. I cannot believe that it's Thursday. It's so weird. But Happy New Year, everyone. It's going to be an amazing year. And I'm so excited to go on this journey with you guys. Well wishes to all of you. And I hope that you all have an amazing 2025. And we're all doing it together. We're all going to be in it together. So thank you for attending. I'm so glad that you guys were here. Thank you to all of my members, to all of my mods, to all of my replay watchers, my replay gang, to everyone that was in the live chat, for everyone that liked the video. You guys are great. So with that being said, what haven't we done in a while? Let me go back. Let me look. Let's play. You know what? This is very fitting. We're going to do Big Baby Kody. That's what we're going to do. All right, you guys. I will see you very soon. Have a good one.
Man, just the knife in the kidneys over all these years. The sacrifices that I made to love you.